What if I told you that most Americans are one decision away from completely changing their retirement timeline? Not one lucky investment, not one viral stock tip, just one number. That number is your savings rate. And right now, for most people, it is embarrassingly, dangerously small. The average American saves somewhere around 3 to 4% of their income, which sounds like progress until you realize that is roughly the financial equivalent of bailing out a sinking ship with a coffee cup. We are talking about a country that collectively spends more on subscriptions we forgot we had than on building actual long-term wealth. Here is what that actually looks like in real life. Imagine someone earning $60,000 a year, saving 4%, which is $2,400 annually, and trying to reach $1 million through savings alone. At that rate, without compounding, you are looking at over 400 years, which means your great-great-great-grandchildren might retire comfortably, but you absolutely will not. Now, flip the script. What if that same person raised their savings rate to 15 or even 20%? Suddenly, you are putting away $9,000 to $12,000 a year. And with reasonable market returns, that $1 million milestone compresses from a fantasy into something achievable in 25 to 30 years. The math is almost offensive in how simple it is. And yet we have built an entire financial media industry around stock picks and crypto cycles instead of just telling people to save more of what they already earn. It is like ignoring the hole in your boat and debating which direction to row. Behaviorally, this is where it gets interesting, because human beings are absolutely terrible at treating savings as a priority. We treat it as what is left over after spending, which means it is almost always nothing. The psychological trick that actually works is flipping that equation entirely. Pay yourself first. Automate the contribution and pretend the money never existed in your checking account. Think of your savings rate the same way you think of your rent or your car payment. It is non-negotiable. It goes out automatically on the first of the month, and you do not get to vote on it when you are tired and want to order takeout for the fourth night in a row. The moment savings becomes a fixed bill instead of a discretionary choice, your entire financial trajectory changes. Now, the common misconception here is that you need a high income to save aggressively. But the research consistently shows that savings rate matters far more than income level in determining long-term wealth. There are teachers and nurses who retire with more than doctors and lawyers simply because they were disciplined about the percentage, not the absolute dollar amount. Every time income grows, a raise, a bonus, a side hustle that actually works, most people lifestyle inflate immediately and save nothing extra. The move, the counterintuitive and boring and wildly effective move, is to increase your savings rate every single time your income increases, even if just by 1 or 2%. History is full of cycles where people felt rich on paper, loosened their financial discipline, and then got humbled the late 90s, the mid-2000s, the post-pandemic spending surge. The ones who came out ahead were not the ones who timed the market perfectly. They were the ones who kept their savings rate high, regardless of what the economy was doing around them. There's also something deeply freeing about a high savings rate that nobody talks about. It gives you options, it gives you leverage, and it gives you the ability to walk away from situations that no longer serve you. A 3% saver is financially fragile. A 20% saver is quietly building a kind of freedom most people only dream about. The irony is that the financial industry profits most when you are investing in complex products. But the most powerful thing you can do is almost embarrassingly simple. Automate a higher percentage, leave it alone, and let compounding do what it has always done. Warren Buffett did not build Berkshire Hathaway on vibes. He built it on discipline, process, and time. So here's the practical takeaway. Do not wait until you feel ready or until life gets less expensive, because life will never get less expensive and you will never feel ready. Set up an automatic transfer today, even if it is uncomfortable, even if it is 5% higher than you think you can afford, and adjust your lifestyle to match what is left. Position, size, and consistency beat conviction and timing every single time, whether you are talking about investing or just the fundamental act of saving money. The goal is not to find the perfect moment. The goal is to make the behavior so automatic, that there are no more moments to decide. At its core, this is not really a story about money. It is a story about who is in control of your future, you or your impulses. Discipline around savings rate is one of the few places in personal finance where the math and the psychology actually agree. Do more, automate it, and stay consistent no matter what noise is happening around you. And if you want help putting this into action, whether through real estate investing, home contracting work, or finding the right lenders to accelerate your path, check out our links in the description below.